Once upon a time, there was a gardener with great taste and elegance. He owned a lush, green garden filled with a variety of beautiful and fragrant flowers. Every morning, before sunrise, he would stroll among the lawns and flowers, enjoying the delightful scent of the blossoms, the fresh morning air, and the sight of the green grass. This routine always left him cheerful and smiling, and his friends affectionately called him the lively old man. He believed that anyone who wakes up early every day, spending a few minutes in the fresh and invigorating morning air, walking among flowers and greenery, would never grow old at heart. They would always remain lively, spirited, and happy. The lively old man had many flowers in his garden, but he had a special fondness for a rose bush that was the most beautiful and fragrant of them all. Every day, he would carefully observe and smell each rose, saying, "Nightingales have every right to be so in love with flowers. Greenery and flowers bring joy to life and uplift the spirit." One morning, before the light of day fully emerged, the gardener, following his usual routine, was walking in the garden. As he reached the rose bush, he saw a nightingale perched on one of its branches. The bird was using its beak to play with the petals of one of the beautiful roses, burying its face in the flower, singing sweetly, and chirping joyfully because it was in the company of the rose. However, as a result, the rose's petals were being scattered and falling apart. The gardener stood still for a moment, listening to the nightingale's melodious song and feeling pleased to see the bird so happy in its union with the rose. However, his heart ached to see the rose's petals scattered on the ground. It took a few moments for the nightingale to sense the gardener's presence, and then it flew away. The next day, when the gardener returned at dawn, in the dim morning light, he again saw the nightingale disturbing another flower, intoxicated by its fragrance and singing. Once more, the nightingale flew away, and the gardener felt deeply saddened to see his precious flowers being torn apart one by one. He thought to himself, "The nightingale has every right to love the flowers, but flowers are meant to be admired and smelled, not to be torn apart and ruined. It's not fair for me to put in so much effort to cultivate these flowers, only for the nightingale to come and scatter them." On the third day, the gardener again saw the nightingale, this time engrossed in conversation and intimate whispers with another flower, its petals now scattered at the base of the tree. At this point, the gardener became angry with the nightingale and said, "When the nightingale abuses its freedom, its punishment is a cage." He set a trap among the trees and captured the nightingale, imprisoning it in a cage. He then said, "You didn't appreciate your freedom, so now stay here until you understand what it means to ruin flowers." When the nightingale found itself trapped in the cage, it protested and said to the gardener, "Dear friend, both you and I are lovers of flowers. You nurture the flowers, bringing me joy, and I sing beside them, bringing you happiness. Just as you freely roam in the garden, I too wish to be free. Why have you imprisoned me? If your intention is to hear my songs, know that my nest is in your garden, and I sing for you day and night. If there is another reason, please tell me so that I may understand." The gardener replied, "Singing is one thing, but you have brought misery to my life by damaging several of my precious flowers. When you have freedom, you lose control and ruin the flowers. This is why you deserve to be confined in this cage, deprived of wandering through the garden. This is the consequence of your actions, and it should serve as a lesson to others." The nightingale responded, "Oh, you unjust man! By imprisoning me and preventing me from roaming in the garden, you have broken my heart and tormented my soul, yet you speak of punishment for wrongdoing. But have you ever considered that your sin is greater than mine if punishment exists? I only ruined a flower, but you have broken a heart." The nightingale's words affected the gardener, who was pleased by the bird's response. He decided to release the nightingale from the cage. Once freed, the nightingale perched on a flower's branch and said to the gardener, "Now that you have shown kindness to me, I will return the favor. Know that a pot of gold is hidden beneath the very ground you stand on. Take it and be happy." The gardener dug the ground, and indeed, the nightingale's words were true. The gardener then said, "I'm amazed that you could see the pot of gold buried under the soil, yet you couldn't see the trap I set for you and fell into it." The nightingale replied, "Yes, the reason for this is twofold. First, no matter how wise or perceptive someone may be, sometimes the events and coincidences of fate, which we call destiny, catch them off guard. Second, because I have no desire for the pot of gold, I saw it and passed by. But because I am passionate about flowers, I lost my senses, sight, and hearing in the love of the flower, and that led me into the trap among the flowers. Everything, when it exceeds its limit, becomes a source of pain, even too much love." With these words, the nightingale flew off again, back to the flowers.